Broadcasting live from the Meridics VOBS Studio Broadcast Center at Fordyce Center in Bellevue. This is GNASH Hockey on the Middle Tennessee Sports Network. We made the quick trip down 40 West. Actually had to go on to Charlotte Pike, then right onto 46th, left on Delaware Avenue, and then onto the on-ramp for 40 West. Got off at exit 196, picked up some food at Chili's, ate it, and now we are in position and ready to go with our final game broadcast of the 2025-2026 GNASH regular season. If you can believe it, Franklin against Station Camp Liberty Creek-Nashville Christian. It is senior night for the Bison. The final Predators Cup berth at stake. If Station Camp win, they get it. If they don't, Father Ryan get it, and Station Camp suffer maybe the most heartbreaking collapse in GNASH history. A perfect 7-0-0 start, and then just a total collapse in the second half of the regular season, trying to salvage it tonight. Okay, since we parted just about a couple hours ago, we had a couple more games finish up. So let's go over the finals from tonight so far. Ensworth-Lipscomb CPA kicked off the night by beating JP2MLK GCS 5-1 to clinch the 7th Predators Cup berth. They will be the 6th seed for the Preds Cup. Ensworth will. Montgomery Bell defeated Independent Centennial 9-2. And Brentwood BAUSN defeated the Rutherford Rampage 5-4. 6th seed for the Hein Cup. And that means that the Clarksville Kings will be the 7. Here are the standings with just 2 games left in the 2025-2026 GNASH regular season. Ravenwood won the GNASH Cup with a record of 11-3-1. Hendersonville Beach Lawson and NBA both finished 10-3-2. Franklin and Page Summit both 9-3-2. Ensworth-Lipscomb CPA finished 9-5-1. Again, they'll be the 6th seed. Nolensville, they finished a couple weeks ago 8-4-3. Father Ryan sitting in 8th, 9-6-0. Again, if Station Camp win, they'll surpass Father Ryan on head-to-head and take the final Predators Cup berth. Station Camp Liberty Creek-Nashville Christian 8-6-0. Excuse me, Independent Centennial finished the regular season 5-8-2. They'll be the Hein Cup 2 seed. The Outlaws 4-8-2. They'll be the Hein Cup 3. JP2MLK GCS finished the regular season 4-9-2. They'll be the Hein Cup 4. Mount Juliet Wilson Central Lebanon finished 4-11-0. They'll be the Hein Cup 5. They and JP2 will face each other next Monday night. Brentwood BAUSN finished the regular season 3-10-2. They finished with 8 points just like Mount Juliet, but Mount Juliet won more games, so they're placed ahead of Brentwood. Clarksville Kings finished the regular season 3-12-0. They'll be the 7th seed for the Hein Cup. And the Rutherford Rampage finished the regular season 1-13-1. They finished dead last. They will be the 8th seed. As the senior night ceremony for Station Camp Liberty Creek-Nashville Christian underway. Got a lot of seniors that they'll be honoring tonight. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 seniors for Station Camp this evening. Aside from this one, the other game that'll be taking place in this time slot over on Rink B at Centennial, or over at Centennial on Rink B, Page Summit taking on the Outlaws. Senior night for the Outlaws. If Page don't win that game, I don't think they'll get a top 4 seed. They would lose out on goal difference to Franklin, or they could lose out outright if Franklin win this game. All right, so the reason I'm doing a long pregame is a lot has happened with Franklin over the last couple of weeks. Of course, last month in the first game back from the holiday break, they played Ravenwood, lost 4-1, and at the end of the game, Aiden Murphy and Timo Holland got into a fight. Murphy got a charging major in addition to the fighting major. Wyatt Garisher had gotten a fighting major a few seconds earlier. For the second time this season, Franklin breached the 3 major match penalty maximum in a game. So Todd Gross He was given a 4-game suspension, 1 for breaching the 12 penalties in a game maximum, and 3 for, again, a second violation of the 3 major match penalty in a game breach. The following Friday, January 9th, he showed up to Franklin's next game against Indy Summit at Antioch, which is one of the ones we did, and he was caught talking with the team after the game was over. When you are suspended, you are not allowed to talk to your team 45 minutes before a game and 30 minutes after. He was reported and had another suspension, another game tacked onto his suspension, which made it 5 games. But then, a couple of days later, he was indefinitely suspended for violating the league's code of conduct. I am told by a source that the indefinite suspension came from the second violation of the 3 major match penalty maximum. Since then, the Franklin Parent Board have gotten together and relieved Todd Gross of his duties. Todd Gross had been the Franklin head coach in 2018, led them to a Henry Hine Cup as Franklin Hume-Fogg BGA in the 2019-20 season, and he'd done a lot to build that program over these last couple of years. Franklin have never been as good as they are right now. They nearly won the GNASH Cup 2 seasons ago in 2023-24. But now all that's gone. Todd Gross is out, and I'm told that Jackson Reed is going to be the interim head coach for the rest of the season. But, yeah, it's very interesting to see what happens with Franklin going forward without Todd Gross. Todd Gross started up the Summer Hockey League, and he recruited players for the Franklin program from that. That's why they built up so much over these last couple of seasons. But, yeah, it's interesting to see what's going to happen going forward now that he's gone. So that's what's happened with Franklin over these last couple of weeks. And I don't know if Todd Gross will ever coach in GNASH again. I'm not sure. We'll see. Maybe he'll get another job down the line, but depends on how long his indefinite suspension is. I mean, you can't have a guy coach your team if he's indefinitely suspended, because the last time we had a coach indefinitely suspended was Jimmy Kitchens. Jimmy Kitchens, father of ex-Outlaws goalie Brent Kitchens. He was suspended for like 2 or 3 years. I feel bad for Todd. I hate seeing him lose his job that way, but yeah, you can't have a guy who is indefinitely suspended coaching your team. I mean, it's just the way it is. It's just the way it is. Okay, senior night ceremony ongoing. Franklin out on the ice, ready for the warm-up. Peyton Brogdon being honored. All right, so let's talk about the 2 teams playing our final game broadcast of the 2025-2026 GNASH regular season. First up, Franklin. Again, coached by Jackson Reed, taking over in the interim from Todd Gross. Again, Todd has been dismissed as head coach. We got enough time to do their last 5 results. Last 5 results coming into tonight, dating back to December 8th when they tied 4-4 with Page Summit. December 15th beat Ensworth Lipscomb CPA 3-1. January 5th lost 4-2 to Ravenwood, and that was the game that set in motion the events that has led to Todd Gross being dismissed. January 9th beat Independent Centennial 5-1, and January 12th beat JB2MLK GCS 8-1. So here are their stats coming into tonight. Aiden Murphy serving the 3rd of his 5-game suspension for his actions in that Ravenwood game a month ago. Ryan Manion, the leading scorer. He's got 18 points from 13 goals and 5 assists. Cole Wright, 14 points from 4 goals and 10 assists. Wyatt Garrisher, 8 points from 4 goals and 4 assists. Michael Manion, 8 points from 4 goals and 4 assists. Hank Hayes, 8 points from 5 goals and 3 assists. Will McCormick, 7 points from 4 goals and 3 assists. Braden Coleman and Baker McCormick each with 5 points from 3 goals and 2 assists. David Unger, 5 points from 4 goals and an assist. Josh Yurievich, 4 points from 3 goals and an assist. Aiden Murphy, again suspended, 3 points from assists. Chase Ottolini and Makita Popoff, Chase Wagers each with 3 points from a goal and 2 assists. Alex Broy, 2 points from assists. Lucas Ortega and Ryan Sherman each with 2 points from a goal and an assist. Will Clark with a point from an assist. Graham Fleming and Quinn Spencer each with a point from a goal. And Houston Vale with a point from an assist. Let's move on to goalie play. Teague Spencer has played in 6 games. All of them were starts. His record 5-1-0. He's played 224 minutes, goals against average of 1.13, 2 shutouts. He's allowed 6 goals and 95 shots, turned away the other 89. His save percentage in the regular season so far is .937. Grayson Butters played in 9 games. 8 of them were starts. His record 4-2-2. He's played 360 minutes, goals against average of 1.87, 1 shutout. He's allowed 16 goals and 82 shots, turned away the other 166. His save percentage in the regular season so far is .912. Let's move on to Station Camp Liberty Creek-Nashville Christian, coached by Keith Grooms. Again, got to win this game to grab the last Preds Cup berth. As we look over their last 5 games coming into tonight, and it is not a pretty picture. They have lost them all. No, was that? Yeah, they have lost them all. Dating back to December 8th, 6-3 loss to Ensworth. December 17th, 2-1 loss to Brentwood. January 5th, 2-1 loss to JP2. January 12th, a 6-3 loss to MBA. And January 21st, 5-1 loss to Ravenwood that gave Ravenwood the GNASH Cup regular season championship. So here are the Station Camp stats coming into tonight. Toby Mahaffey, the leading scorer. He's got 19 points from 9 goals and 10 assists. Dom DeMaria, 17 points from 11 goals and 6 assists. McClain Gregory, 13 points from 7 goals and 6 assists. Merritt Freeman, 12 points from 9 goals and 3 assists. Andrew Grooms, 12 points from 5 goals and 7 assists. Tom Siciliano, 10 points from 2 goals and 8 assists. Gavin Cole, 5 points, all from assists. Mikey Bernier, 4 points from 2 goals and 2 assists. Josh Peffer, 4 points from 3 goals and an assist. Bryant Waddell, 3 points from a goal and 2 assists. Patrick Atmore, a point from a goal, and Dane Kramer, a point from an assist. Let's move on to goalie play. Britton Watson has played in 5 games. They were all starts. His record 2-3-0. He's played 193 minutes, goals against average of 2.83, no shutouts. He's allowed 13 goals on 100 shots, turned away the other 87. His save percentage of the regular season so far is .870. Carter Galise has played in 10 games. 9 of those were starts. His record 6-3-0. He's played 381 minutes, goals against average of 2.98, 1 shutout. He's allowed 27 goals on 226 shots, turned away the other 199. His save percentage in the regular season so far is .881. And Miller Campbell made his GNASH comeback in the last game against Ravenwood. Tore his ACL last January. He's been out for a year. Finally came back. He came back in the third period after Ravenwood went up 4-1. So the game had been decided by that point. No decision for him. He played 10.5 minutes. Goals against average of 4.20. Allowed 1 goal on 9 shots. Turned away the other 8. And his save percentage in the regular season so far is .889. Will he start tonight to try and salvage Station Camp's hopes of getting into the Preds Cup? Will he start? We shall see. But they need that offense to be click. That offense has not been clicking during this bad period. They've won 1 game in their last 6. The Father Ryan win back on December 3rd, the 2-0 win over the Irish. Do believe that the Outlaws Page game should be ready to go by now. So, NBA have won. If Page and Franklin both win, Franklin will be the 5 seed for the Preds Cup. Page would be the 4 on head-to-head. Because it would go down to head-to-head if it were a 4-way tie for second at 10-3-2. Hendersonville would be ranked first, then NBA, then Page, then Franklin. If Franklin lose this game, though, and Page win, then it would go down to goal difference because you couldn't separate MBA, Hendersonville, and Page on head-to-head. Hendersonville beat MBA, MBA beat Page, Page beat Hendersonville. So you can't separate them. MBA would be ranked first in goal difference ahead of Page and Hendersonville. Because MBA won by 7, so you don't count the 9th goal against Indy this evening. You don't count the 9th goal. MBA's goal difference, let's see, by the GNASH rule, the six goal margin caveat, their goal difference tonight was coming into the night was plus 34. Now it's plus 40. Page's tonight, I think, was plus 24. Or I think it was plus 24. They can't overtake that. So goal difference is out the window now. NBA have the goal difference tiebreaker. As the warm-up clock is running, let me go ahead and get out my rosters here. Next week, 4 of these go in the recycling because the Preds Cup and Hein Cup will have their first 2 elimination games next week. So 4 of these rosters will not be in my folder much longer. Next Monday, the Preds Cup will have their first 2 elimination games, and then the Hein Cup will have its first elimination game a week from tomorrow night, and then its other one a week from Wednesday. So, yep, by the end of next week, 4 of these rosters will be on their way to the recycling plant. Gone forever. I kind of wish that the entirety of the first round of the Preds Cup is taking place this week. The first game tomorrow night, and then the other 3 games on Wednesday night. I kind of wish that they would just go ahead and play 2 elimination games on Thursday. Instead, on Thursday, they're playing the first Hein Cup game, 1 versus 8. Rampage versus either Father Ryan or Station Camp, whoever's going to be the 1 seed. Because whoever misses out on the Preds Cup gets the 1 seed for the Hein Cup. It's crazy to think that the last Preds Cup spot comes down to the 2 teams who played each other in the Hein Cup final last year. Father Ryan beating what was then Station Camp Liberty Creek. We are 10 minutes past scheduled start time. Page already up 1-0 in the Outlaws. Aiden Meyer scoring 94 seconds into the game. I think it's going to go that way. I think it's going to go that way for the Outlaws tonight. Justin Yanuchili playing against his old teammates, the Outlaws. Moved this summer and enrolled in. Where did he enroll in? Still got my folder here. Enrolled in Summit. He was a Spring Hill student, represented the Outlaws, or represented Spring Hill and the Outlaws, but then moved during the summer. And became a Page Summit player. Of course, Page Summit, both their goalies are seniors, Justin Yanuchili and Brady Tessier. So Greg Sowers is going to be shopping for goalies in the summer. Be very interesting to see how that works out. Can he get it? Maybe try and make a run next year? He's going to end up playing two young kids, and they're going to be stinking for a couple years. That'll definitely be interesting to see. Warm-up is done, so we're getting ready to start this one. Ready to go with the start of this one. Grayson Butter's going to start and goal for Franklin, and Miller Campbell going to start and goal for Station Camp, his first GNASH start in over a year. Is that going to boost them to victory and get them the last Heinz Cup or Preds Cup berth? We'll see for this first period. Station Camp will carry the puck from my left to right, Franklin from my right to left. This game is underway with Franklin winning the draw. And Baker McCormick dumps it into the Station Camp zone down the near side. Merritt Freeman sending it around the wall to the far side. Held into the right point, and a shot from Chase Wager's blocked, and Ryan Manning can't keep the puck in his stick on the near side. Here's Toby Mahaffey, left wing side of the right wing side of the Franklin zone. Tried to cut to the front of the net, lost the puck, and McClain Gregory was behind him trying to get a backhanded shot off and couldn't. Now Mahaffey on the left wing side, backhanding into the slot off the stick of Peyton Brogdon. Kept in the zone by Gregory, but then picked up and carried out by Wyatt Garisher. Garisher backhands the puck deep into the Station Camp zone, goes to the bench for a change. Puck is behind the net. Mikey Bernier passing it up the near side. Here's McClain Gregory passing to Toby Mahaffey. Mahaffey back into the Franklin zone, and the puck poked off his stick in the high slot. Baker McCormick behind his own net. Sends the puck to the near side. Will McCormick passing across to the far side. Wagers, Chase Wagers crosses the red line, dumps it into the Station Camp zone, goes to the bench for a change. Puck out at center. On the near side, Braden Coleman whiffs on it in his own zone up, but we get a whistle offside. I think Dom DeMaria may have stepped over the blue line before the puck came in and touched it up. As we have our first whistle after 77 seconds of play. Draw's going to be on the dot in front of the bleachers, across from the Franklin bench at center. Puck on the far side of the zone. Graham Fleming gets to it. Gracie Clark gets it away from him. Shot in the bottom of the left circle, turned away by Butters. That was DeMaria. Puck back in the Station Camp zone. Gavin Cole passing it ahead to DeMaria. DeMaria on the near side. Tried to pass it ahead to Andrew Grooms at center. Couldn't get his stick on it. Station Camp change up the defensive pairing. Off go Gracie Clark and Gavin Cole. On come Patrick Atmore and Merritt Freeman. And now they'll start changing the forwards one by one. Here's Freeman through center. Into the Franklin zone. Shot in the high slot. Took a deflection and went past the net. Puck in the left wing corner. Loose in the left circle. Cleared out of the zone, Josh Yurievich. Will McCormick had it poked up his stick right at the Station Camp blue line, but Yuri tried to go to the front of the Station Camp net, and his shot, I don't know if he got off the shot or not. Looking at the board to see if they put it up there. Now Freeman to center, leading a 3-on-1. Freeman passing to Tommy Siciliano, backhander stopped. Stopped by Butters, rebound, score, more! Siciliano's shot from the slot was stopped. Rebound went back up the slot. Patrick Atmore there to fire it into the back of the net to get a senior night goal. And it's 1-0 Station Camp with 11:29 to go in the first. Big goal for Station Camp. Draw one by the Bison. Taken at center by Franklin. Braden Coleman dumps it to the inboards of the Station Camp zone. Puck on the near side. It's going towards the front of the net. It comes on goal and has to be covered up by Miller Campbell. Was poked along by Lucas Ortega. Draw's going to be to Campbell's right. Puck in the left wing corner. Makita Popov with it. Backhands it up to the left point. Will Schmotsky's shot blocked. And the rebound cleared out by Mikey Bernier. He's going to go for an icing. 10:52 to go in the first 1-0 Station Camp. Draw is going to be to the right of Campbell once again. Puck of the inboards. Gavin Cole gets to it. Passes it ahead to Andrew Grooms off his stick and out to center. Puck in the Franklin zone. Baker McCormick couldn't clear it. It's picked up and carried out by Lucas Ortega. Pop-off now, left wing side of the Station Camp zone. Forced to the inboards by Mikey Bernier. Gets the puck back, puts it out in front, but it's picked up by Grooms. Passes to the near side to Demaria at center. Demaria, right wing side of the Franklin zone. Sends it softly past the net to the left of Butters. Grooms backhands it around to the far side. Tracy Clark. Pass to the slot. Grooms couldn't get his stick on it. Neither could Demaria as he was coming down the left wing. Puck on the near side. Went out of the zone for a moment. Sent back in by Merritt Freeman. His teammates had to get back on side. Franklin making some changes. Baker McCormick to center. McCormick into the Station Camp zone. And the high slot, a shot off the stick and past the net to the right of Campbell. Hank Hayes with the puck now. Hayes puts it out in front. Hit the skates of Chase Ottolini. Now Hayes chasing the puck to the near side. He'll send it around the wall. Merritt Freeman gets it behind the net. He'll send it around to the far side. Held in by Wagers, who now moves down the right wing. Gets off a shot from up along the board. Stopped and held on to by Campbell. 9:28 to go in the first. Still 1-0 Station Camp. Draw is going to be to the left of Campbell. One by Franklin and a shot from the top of the left circle, hard off the right leg pad of Campbell. That shot coming from Ryan Sherman. Sherman trying to keep the puck alive on the near side. He gives it away to Josh Peffer. Peffer through center. Sends it into the Franklin zone. It's at the end boards. Graham Fleming banks it hard off the near side. Comes to the blue line. Patrick Atmore sends it past the net to the left. Butters put out in front, but unable to get a stick on it was Josh Peffer. It was a nice no-look backhanded centering pass from Tommy Siciliano. Meanwhile, at the other end, Ryan Mannion closes in on the Station Camp goal and gets off a shot that's turned away by Miller Campbell. Clearing attempt held in by Wyatt Garisher. Kicked off his stick, held in the zone by Ryan Mannion. Mannion tried to center, and that hit the skates of a Station Camp player. Hit the skates of Bryant Waddell. Not sure who Mannion was trying to go across to. Odd angle shot turned away by Campbell. David Unger on the near side. Now top of the left circle. Ryan Sherman, a shot. Takes a deflection off the stick of Garisher. Still hits off the left leg pad of Campbell. Now there's an odd angle shot in the bottom of the right circle. Turned away by Campbell. That was from Graham Fleming. Puck in the right wing corner. And taken away by Station Camp. At center with it, Toby Mahaffey. Now McClain Gregory, right wing side of the Franklin zone. Gregory taking a shot, score! Gregory fires it into the top corner on the right-hand side of the net. David Unger passed across the front of the net, screening Butters and allowing Gregory to take the shot, and it's 2-0 Station Camp with 7:50 to go in the first. 7:58 to go in the first, excuse me. Puck ends up in the station camp zone off the draw towards goal. Miller Campbell flings it out of there up the near side. Baker McCormick behind his own net. Almost gave the puck away to Peyton Brogdon right in front of his own net. McClain Gregory with a shot from the boards that's blocked by the skate, the right skate blade of Will McCormick, who couldn't carry it out of the zone. Mikey Bernier with a shot from the right point that misses the net to the left of Butters. Puck on the near side. Gregory. Passing up to the right point. Bernier, one-timer. Stopped and held onto by Butters. 7:15 to go in the first. 2-0. Station Camp. Draw to the left of Butters, won by Franklin. Baker McCormick firing it around the wall to the far side, held it to the left point and sent back down deep by Dom Reitz. Here's Dom DeMaria trying an on-angle shot from behind the goal line. It went off of Butters, off of his right bicep, and out of play on the near side. Draw will be to Butters' right this time. Won by Franklin. Puck out at center. David Unger on the far side. Merritt Freeman smacks it away from him out of the station camp zone. Now it's back in the Franklin end. Andrew Grooms with it on the left wing side. Troubled by Lucas Ortega. Couldn't pass it to the slot. Then a Franklin player falls over on the far side. Admiral's able to clear it out. Merritt Freeman at center. Oh, there's going to be a penalty on that fall down. Tripping call, and it is against Station Camp, specifically Dom DeMaria. So Franklin get the first power play of the game, down 2-0 with 6:41 to go in the first. Draw will be to Campbell's left. Puck comes to the near side. Bryant Waddell banks it off the boards, trying to get it out. Held in Josh Yurievich at the left point, but then it's smacked off his sticking out by Toby Mahaffey, and now Mahaffey has it. Left wing side of the Franklin zone, a shot, score! Mahaffey from the left circle fires it into the back of the net. A short-handed goal just 14 seconds into the kill. It's 3-0 Station Camp with 6:27 to go in the first. Well, I said they needed to find their offensive touch again. By God, they have. Wow. I dropped the puck, but they didn't like the way that Mahaffey was lined up on the faceoff. So a senior night goal for Toby Mahaffey. All three goals have been scored by seniors. Patrick Atmore at the first, McClain Gregory the second, and the most recent one from Toby Mahaffey at Station Camp. Here's Josh Yurievich, left point of the Station Camp zone, passing across to the right point, Chase Wagers. Wagers moves down a bit, back to the center point. Yurievich whiffs on the shot attempt, and chasing him back out to center is Mahaffey. And Yurievich wouldn't let go of Mahaffey. Stick and went down. The Franklin parents want a call. They want a two-man advantage. They're not going to get that. Here's Ryan Mannion back into the Station Camp zone. Passes over top of the left circle, Garisher. Now Hank Hayes a shot from the right-hand side of the net off the right leg pad of Campbell. Garisher right point over to Yurievich. 1 minute left in the power play for Franklin. Yurievich at the left point. Passing down the wall, Mannion. Back to Yurievich, top of the left circle. Back down low to Mannion. Back to Yurievich, who's now back in the point. Moving to the center point now. Passes to the right point, Wagers. Back to the center point, Yurievich. Yurievich wants to shoot, does. Went off a stick, past the net to the right of Campbell. Here's Garisher. Backhanding the puck to Mannion, who drops it back to the blue line in Yurievich. Yurievich. Mannion moving down the left wing. Taking a shot off the glove of Campbell up into the air. Under 30 seconds left of the power play as the puck is cleared down ice from the far side by Andrew Grooms. Picked up from behind the Franklin net by Yurievich. Banks it off the far boards. Will McCormick. Back into the station camp zone. Gets pushed into the boards, loses the puck. Gavin Cole clears it. Here's Baker McCormick. Behind his own net again. He'll carry it to center. Penalty time against station camp is up. They're back at even strength. Puck cleared out of the zone by Mikey Bernier. No icing. And the puck loose in the left circle of the Franklin zone. Tommy Siciliano gets off a shot that's stopped and held on to by Grayson Butters. Both he and Chase Wagers were going for that. All right, actually, I think it was Baker McCormick, and Siciliano actually fell down at one point, got back to his feet, and managed to get off that shot. 4:30 to go in the first, still 3-0 Station Camp. Draws to the right of Butters. Won by Franklin. Kept in the zone right at the blue line by Gavin Cole and sent down deep. Here's Baker McCormick carrying it around to the far side. Runs into Josh Peffer. Franklin still able to clear the puck out. Now Will McCormick back into the station camp zone on the left wing side. Gets off a shot that's blocked by Mikey Bernier on the back check. Michael Manning to the far side with it. Gives it away to Gavin Cole. Cole tried to send it around the wall, hit the stick of Ryan Sherman, and went into the netting above the glass. Draw to the right of Campbell. Won by Franklin, but taken away by Station Camp and cleared. Gregory got it out. Sent back in down the near side by Baker McCormick, and now Station Camp with it again at center. Sent back into the Franklin zone. Here's Toby Mahaffey, bottom of the left circle, shot stopped and held on to by Butters. Man alive. Franklin, oh boy, if they give up another one, they're in some serious trouble. 3:43 to go in the first, still 3-0 Station Camp. Draw to the right of Butters. Won by Franklin. Puck sent around the boards to the near side. Oh, fumbled. Here's McClain Gregory, shot, score! Puck was sent around the boards to the near side, went off of Franklin's stick, came to the high slot. Gregory fires it into the roof of the net for his second goal of the game. It's 4-0 Station Camp with 3:32 to go in the first. Talk about finding your scoring touch again. My word. Here's Makita Popoff. Passing off Houston Vale, I think. Yeah, it was Houston Vale. Shot in the right circle, stopped and covered up by Campbell. I'm sure Miller Campbell will be in the playoffs with a waiver. This is just his second regular season game. He's been injured again. He's been injured for the past year. But I'm sure they'll get him a waiver and he'll be in the Preds Cup. If Station Camp hang on and win this game. Draw was to his left. Won by Station Camp. Puck sent around the wall to the near side. Toby Mahaffey. Oh, fumbled it right as he got to the Franklin blue line. Andrew Grooms drops it back. Bryant Waddell will catch up to it at the end boards of his own zone. Banked it off that own net. Mahaffey with it now, still in the zone. Passes ahead to center. Gregory off his stick back into the Franklin end. Quickly cleared out by David Unger. Now Lucas Ortega chasing it down the left wing side of the Station Camp zone. Tried to put it out in front, smacked away from the front of the net by the stick of Andrew Grooms. Here's Unger at the left point. Now Grooms with it. Fires it around the wall to the far side. It'll go out to center. Graham Fleming gets to it in his own zone. Banks it off the skate of Makita Popov, who catches up to it on the far side. Now brings it into the Station Camp zone, but loses the handle. Trying to get it back at the right point. Gracie Clark trying to clear it, gives it right back to Popov. Popov moving down the right wing boards. Moves inside a bit from the right dot. He gets off a shot that's off the left leg pad of Campbell. Station Camp clear up the far side. Here's David Unger. Chipping the puck back into the Station Camp zone. Dominic Reitz. Passing it up the far side. Gracie Campbell lost it in the skates of Ryan Mannion. Mannion has it knocked off his stick by Andrew Grooms. And it's iced by Station Camp. We got somebody who has a plate of cheese, crackers, and grapes. sitting in the stands. You got any wheat thins on that thing? A minute 47 to go in the first. 4-0 Station Camp. Draw is going to be to the left of Campbell. Draw one by Station Camp. Gavin Cole. Passing it to Dom DeMaria at center. DeMaria into the Franklin zone on the right wing side. Could not get past the double team of Wagers and Yurievich, so he dumps the puck to the end boards. Sherman ahead to Ryan Mannion. Mannion back into the Station Camp zone. Trying to go to the front of the net. Could not get around Mikey Bernier, who tried to clear the puck. Hit the skate of Chase Wagers, but Station Camp able to get it out of the second attempt. And there's Andrew Grooms. Dash. My God! DeMaria found Andrew Grooms going down the middle of the ice all alone. He carries it to the net and fires it in. It's 5-0 Station Camp with 74 seconds to go in the first. Who would have seen this coming? They're smacking Franklin around like a cat playing with a ball of yarn. Wow. I picked Franklin to win this game in the newsletter. Who looks like an idiot right now? Me! Puck out at center. We're inside the final minute. Final minute of the first. Will McCormick with a shot in the left circle misses the net to the left of Campbell. And the puck cleared out from the right wing corner, ice by Gavin Cole. 40.4 seconds left in the first. 5-0 Station Camp. My God, I can't. I'm going to text Rich Mellon. I got to pull up. Where's Rich Mellon's number? I haven't texted him in a long time. I'm to search. Draw was to the left of Campbell. Shot in the right point. Chase Wagers misses the net to the right of Campbell. Puck put in front. Nobody in a black sweater could get to it. Here's Ryan Mannion on the far side. Chase Wagers firing it past the net. 20 seconds to go in the period. Will McCormick behind the net. Puts it out in front. Bryant Waddell breaks it up. McCormick gets back to it. Bottom of the right circle. Fires it past the net to the left of Campbell. Yurievich's shot from the right point. Blocked by Josh Peffer. Puck on the far side. Will McCormick past the slot. Ryan Mannion. Josh Peffer came in from behind to interrupt. And then Mannion gets off a shot that deflects past the net to Campbell's right. And that is it for the first. Oh my God. I cannot believe what has developed. In this first period, Station Camp score 5. 2 goals from McClain Gregory. Patrick Atmore with a goal. Toby Mahaffey with a goal. Andrew Grooms with a goal. Station Camp, Liberty Creek, Nashville Christian lead Franklin 5-0 after 1. I'll be back in a few seconds with the start of the second, but if you're listening on the YouTube podcast, we're going to go ahead and move to the start of the second period. Ready to start the second period of this one. Grayson Butters still in goal for Franklin. Miller Campbell still in goal for Station Camp. The second period, Franklin will carry the puck my left to right. Station Camp from my right to left. Franklin with a puck to start the second period. Poked off the stick of Baker McCormick on the far side at center. Michael Mannion will dump it into the Station Camp zone. Puck behind the net. Dom Reitz sending it around to the near side. Puck in the right wing corner. Michael Mannion tried to put it in front, intercepted by Toby Mahaffey. Gives it to McClain Gregory on the far side. Gregory passes across to the near side at center. Merritt Freeman into the Franklin zone, taking a shot from the left circle, stopped and covered up by Butters off his left leg pad. 13:23 to go in the second. 5-0 Station Camp. 5. Draw is to the right of Butters. Passed ahead to center. Braden Coleman, right wing side of the station camp zone. Passes over Mannion, trying to go down the slot. Double teamed. But on the follow-up, a shot is stopped and covered up. A shot from the slot stopped and covered up by Miller Campbell. And that was from Baker McCormick. No correction, Braden Coleman. Draw was to the left of Campbell. Station can't win it. Cleared out to center. Sending it back up the near side. Back into the station camp zone. Picked up by Will McCormick. McCormick. Pass to the slot. Michael Mannion in front of shot. Off the right leg pad of Campbell. Now back the other way goes station camp up. Andrew Grooms tried to bank it off the far boards to himself. Couldn't get it back. And then Graham Fleming ends up flicking it into the station camp bench, trying to bank it off the boards himself. Andrew Grooms closing in on the Franklin net, getting off a shot stopped by Grayson Butters. Now through center comes Hank Hayes into the station camp zone, gets off a backhander that hits the outside of the left-hand side of the net. And then eventually it comes back to the side of the net. It's covered up by Miller Campbell. 12:16 to go in the second. 5-0, station camp leading. Page leading the Outlaws 2-0 in the second. Oh, wow. Bob Cobb's been kicked out of the game. 4 penalties in a game. What on earth? Unsportsmanlike conduct. Wow. 5-minute match penalty for unsportsmanlike conduct against Bob Cobb. Jeez. Okay, Tom Spachalski, I'm going to have to text with you later. Tommy Siciliano, left wing side of the Franklin zone. Left circle. Shot. Stopped by Butters. Tried to stub in the rebound. That was stopped too. Put in front for Peyton Brogdon. Shot stopped by Butters. She's looking for a senior night goal. Puck cleared out of the zone by Will Schmotsky. Isn't Bob Cobb a senior? Puck behind the station camp net. Cleared out up the near side. Here's Josh Peffer at center. Left wing side of the Franklin zone. Sends it around the wall to the far side. Yeah, Bob Cobb's a senior. So he might be in a bit of trouble. If he got, ooh, wow, big hit on the near side. Tommy Siciliano with a big hit on the near side. I'm not sure who he hit, but they're still down. It's the near side of the Franklin blue line. But yeah, if Bob Cobb got a match penalty for unsportsmanlike conduct, he said something. He said something he should not have said. I'm not sure who that is down for Franklin. I'm gonna go ask to see who that is. Ryan Sherman down for Franklin. I can't see him. He's all the way up against the boards. I can't see him from up here, so I had to go and ask. And his dad is making his way onto the ice. If Franklin loses this game, they're playing tomorrow night against the 4 seed. It is 5-0. With 11:04 to go in the second. 5-0 station camp. It is now 4-0 Station Camp over the Outlaws. Wow, Matt and Chandler scoring 2 goals at 14 seconds apart. Jeez. Wow. And I think I see Ryan Sherman sitting up. I think I saw his head for a moment. I think that's his mom walking onto the ice now. There's a big hit. Tommy Siciliano with a big hit on Ryan Sherman. Patrick Atmore is being given a penalty. I'm not sure what for. Let me jump back over to the game sheet here. Boarding. Okay, so it was Atmore. They're giving Atmore. I thought it was Tommy Siciliano who had the hit. So it's a 2 and a 10 for Atmore. As Grayson Butters leaves the ice, I guess he's going back to the locker room for a bit. They've given Patrick Atmore 40 penalty minutes. Yeah. Now they put up 4 minutes, but on the game sheet it gives him 2 minutes for misconduct. That's not how that works. It's a 2 and a 10. So once we resume play, a big opportunity for Franklin to get back in this game. As Grayson Butters returns to the ice, is Ryan Sherman getting help sitting up. Sherman just a freshman. And Ryan's dad calling Josh Yurievich over. And Sherman getting help back to his feet. And they are very slowly, even the trainer holding him up. And Yurievich is going to take Sherman's left arm and help him off the ice. And they get him out the door. It's already been a bad night for Franklin. It's gotten even worse now. Okay, they've given Atmore a double minor for boarding. 11:04 to go in the second. Station Camp up 5-0. Franklin getting their first second power play of the game. Draws to Miller Campbell's right as we resume. Puck on the near side. Now Chase Wager's right point. Can't keep it in the zone. Wyatt Garisher at center. Dumps it back down the far side of the Franklin zone, Station Camp zone. Here's Ryan Mannion going to the high slot. A shot blocked by the skates of Toby Mahaffey. Now Mannion passing up to the left point, and Jurjevic. Along the wall, passes down to the left wing corner. Back to Jurjevic, top of the left circle. Shot blocked, and the rebound cleared out by McClain Gregory. Chase Wagers back in. Passing ahead to Josh Jurjevic at center. Mahaffey comes in, pushes Jurjevic off the puck, and it's sent back into the Franklin zone by McClain Gregory. Garisher back into the Station Camp zone on the right wing side. 3 minutes left in the power play for Franklin. Ryan Mannion left point. Carrying it down the left wing side. Merritt Freeman gets all over him, falls over, and Mannion tried to drop it back to the blue line, but Wagers couldn't get there in time. It's out at center on the near side. Sent back in by Hank Hayes, right wing side of the Station Camp zone. Taken away by Merritt Freeman. Freeman passing to the middle of the ice, and Toby Mahaffey. Mahaffey back in the Franklin zone. A shot. I think it may have hit the outside of the post to the left of Butters. Ryan Mannion through center. Back into the Station Camp zone on the left wing side. Taking a shot. Stopped by Campbell at his right-hand post. Puck behind the net. Wraparound try by Michael Mannion. Stop, rebound, score. Hank Hayes. Puck came to Hayes at the bottom of the left circle near the right-hand side of the net, and he one-times it in. Franklin on the board. They convert the first half of the double minor with just 10 seconds left on it. It's now 5-1 Station Camp with 9:13 to go in the second. So now 2 minutes left. 2 minutes left on the power play for Franklin. Second half of the double minor. Won by Franklin. Puck dumped into the Station Camp zone, cleared out. David Unger on the near side. He'll carry to center. Back into the Station Camp zone on the right wing. Drops it back to Will McCormick. Pass across to the right point. Baker McCormick shot from the top of the left circle. Turned away by Campbell, and the puck cleared down ice by Station Camp. It's on goal. Stopped by Butters. He turns it away. Will McCormick brings the puck back to center. Runs into Dom DeMaria, and he loses it. Andrew Grooms will send it back into the Franklin zone. Puck on the inboards. Picked up by Baker McCormick. McCormick tried to send it ahead to Braden Coleman. Went off the stick of Dom DeMaria, and DeMaria from the red line shoots it past the net to the left of Butters. Under a minute left in the second half of the double minor for double power play, I should say, for Franklin. As Michael Mannion is up icing the puck from the far side of his own zone. 48 seconds left in the power play. 8 minutes to go in the second. Still 5-1 Station Camp. Draws to Butters left. Won by Franklin, cleared out, but Brian Waddell keeps it near his own, or near the blue line. But now Ryan Mannion is carrying it down the left wing of the Station Camp zone. Curls away from Josh Peffer, passes up to the left point. Jurjevic now across to the right point. Chase Wagers moving down the right wing, taking a shot. Stopped by Campbell. Rebound loose in the crease. Cleared away by Bryant Waddell. 25 seconds left in the power play for Franklin. Chase Wagers sending it back down the wall. Hank Hayes behind the net, puts it in front for Wyatt Garisher. Can't get a stick on it. Puck held into the left point. We're going to get a penalty. We're going to get a penalty against Franklin, it looks like. Wyatt Garisher going to the box for cross-checking. So 12 seconds of a 4-on-4, 7:25 to go in the second. 5-1 Station Camp. It's now 6-0 Page Summit over the Outlaws. Jeez. Yeah, that game's going about as I expected it to. Draw was to the right of Butters. I think the puck ended up going out of play just a few seconds after it was dropped. So they'll drop it to Butters right again. Won by Station Camp, but turned right over to Franklin. Here is Ryan Mannion through center. Into the Station Camp zone, going to the front of the net. A backhander stopped by Miller. Penalty time against Station Camp is up there now on the power play for 1:48. Here's Merritt Freeman, left wing side of the Franklin zone. A shot off the right left leg pad of Butters. Puck comes back in front. Freeman shot stopped by Butters again. And he's got it covered. Draw to the left of Butters. Won by Station Camp. Puck sent to the end boards. Now sent around to the near side. Merritt Freeman. Hands it off to Andrew Grooms. Grooms shoots it on goal. It goes brings it past the red line. Shoots it on goal to be turned away by Butters. McClain Gregory. Backhanding it up to the right point. And Freeman. Back to Gregory above the top of the right circle. Now Gregory up. There's going to be a penalty against Station Camp. Right as Gregory was carrying it to the front of the net. Toby Mahaffey got tied up with somebody. Oh, no, it's a penalty against Franklin. Will McCormick goes to the box. Oh, wow, it's 3 penalties. Jurjevic into the box for Franklin. Toby Mahaffey into the box for Station Camp, and now they're yelling at each other over the scorekeeper. So let's see what happens here with the situation, the penalty situation. I put Chase Ottolini's number up on the board, but that's Josh Jurjevic in the box, not Ottolini. Delay of game against Toby Mahaffey. No, cross-checking, okay. That's what he's in the box for. Well, it's going to be a 5-on-3 power play for 59 seconds for Station Camp, it looks like. Yep. Draws to the left of Butters. So that extra penalty against Franklin. Oh, they win the draw, and Dom DeMaria with his back to the net gets off a backhander that's stopped by Butters. Franklin tried to clear the puck out, held into the right point by Gregory. Passes down the right wing. Back to Gregory, off his stick and out of the zone. It's DeMaria going back to him. Gregory past the red line, back into the Franklin zone. Gregory looking for a senior night hat trick. Gregory at the right point, passing to Grooms. Andrew Grooms, high slot shot, stopped by Butters. Puck still sitting loose in front of the net. He's got it covered as Merritt Freeman tried to go in. I gave Chase Ottolini a minor for roughing. I don't think he was out there. Jurjevic called for cross-checking. 26 seconds left in the 5-on-3. 5:51 to go in the second, so 5-1 Station Camp. Draws to the right of Butters. Puck pinned up against the left wing corner boards. They try and clear, and unable to hold it into the blue line was Gregory. Just went off his stick and out, tried to drop it back. Picked up Lucas Ortega. Right wing side of the Station Camp zone. His shot misses the net to the right of Campbell. Now Gregory behind his own net. Passes to Freeman, left wing side of the Franklin zone. 5-on-3 is up. 62 seconds left in the 5-on-4. Freeman drops it to the left point, and Gregory hands it off. Grooms chips it down the wall to the left wing corner. Here's Grooms backhanding it to the far side. Garisher's going to get to it and clear. Grooms behind his own net. .30 seconds left in the 5-on-4. Here's Merritt Freeman. Freeman to center. Back into the Franklin zone on the right wing side. Down the wall. Kicking the puck around the kick plate. Passes to Gregory. Bottom of the left circle. Gregory back to Freeman. Freeman puts it in front, but Patrick Atmore couldn't get a stick on it. I think it may have deflected off the stick of Chase Wagers. As it went across the front of the net. Puck out at center. Here's Ryan Mannion. Left wing side of the station camp zone. Going to the front of the net. Shot. Score! He drawn a penalty because Merritt Freeman threw his stick at him. But he closes in on goal and fires it into the back of the net. It's a short-handed goal because there are 2 seconds left in the 5-on-4. And it's 5-2 Station Camp with 4:24 to go in the second. I think if Mannion hadn't scored, it would have been a penalty shot for Freeman throwing his stick at him. Draw one by Franklin. Wyatt Garrisher banks it off the far boards. Here's Mannion, left wing side of the Station Camp zone. Shot, hit the outside of the right-hand side of the net. Penalty time against Franklin is up. They're back at even strength. Puck sent towards the front of the net by Schmonsky, cleared out from in front of the net by Dane Kramer. Now Mannion brings it back in. Shot in the left circle. Stopped by Campbell, then hit the post to his left. Ryan Mannion single-handedly trying to get Franklin back into this thing. Here's Chase Wagers back into the Station Camp zone on the right wing side. Shot blocked by the skates of Bryant Waddell. Then he gets off a shot that's stopped by Campbell. Ryan Mannion below the goal line on the left wing side. Now carries it up the far boards. To the left point, and Schmonsky sends it back down the wall. Bryant Waddell behind his own net. Now to Tommy Siciliano, hands it back to Dane Kramer, who clears it out at the far side. Patrick Atmore shoots it on goal from behind the Franklin blue line, turned away by Grayson Butters. And Franklin end up icing the puck. 3:10 to go in the second, 5-2 Station Camp. Tom Spachalski says, not worth repeating on what got Bob Cobb a match penalty for unsportsmanlike conduct. Draws to the right of Butters. Puck going to the right point. It's going to be picked up at center. Makita Popoff into the Station Camp zone on the left wing side. Gets up a shot, turned away by Campbell. In the bottom of the left circle, Toby Mahaffey now. Puck comes out to the high slot. Baker McCormick carrying it into the left circle. Put it in front, but unable to get a stick on it was Houston Vale. Here's Makita Popoff again. Now Toby Mahaffey gets the puck and fires it around the boards, up the far side, back into the Franklin zone for an icing. 2:36 to go in the second. Still 5-2 Station Camp. Draw to the right of Campbell, won by Station Camp. They get it out to center. Toby Mahaffey picks it up, brings it into the Franklin zone on the right wing side, gets up a shot and misses the net to the right of Butters. Taking the shot from the top of the right circle. Braden Coleman brings it out to center. Gavin Cole pushed him off. Now Cole from his own zone, passing it ahead to Josh Peffer. Peffer brings it back into the Franklin zone on the right wing side. It's knocked down by Baker McCormick. Puck sent around to the near side boards. Here's Toby Mahaffey. High slot shot blocked by the stick of Baker McCormick. Puck out at center. Coleman whiffed on it twice. Now he's got control of it. Brings it into the Station Camp zone, but fumbles it. He was brought down going down the slot. McClain Gregory will go to the box for hooking. So Franklin back to the power play, down 5-2 with 1:51 to go in the second. Draw be to Campbell's left. Chase Wagers, right point with a shot. Stopped by Campbell. He's going to cover it up. It's now 7-0 Page over the Outlaws. So they're on the running clock up at Centennial. Draw is to the left of Campbell. One by Franklin. Ryan Mannion, top of the right circle, a shot, missed the net, high and wide to the right of Campbell. Puck held in at the left point, Josh Yurievich. Passing it to the left half wall. Past the slot, intercepted by Dom Namaria. Didn't get enough juice on his clearing attempt. Held in by Josh Yurievich, and his shot in the left point turned away by Campbell. Chase Wagers keeps the puck alive at the right point. Then it comes down the right wing to Merritt Freeman, who fires it to the other end of the ice. Here's Josh Yurievich. Yurievich carrying it through center on the near side. Gets knocked into the boards. We're inside the final minute of the second. Puck on the end boards of the Station Camp zone. Puck put in front. Oh, it's in! Was put in front from the right wing corner. Went off the stick of Brian Waddell. Popped him into the air. Miller Campbell fell over and Waddell knocked it into his own net. It's a power play goal, and now it's 5-3 Station Camp with 50.6 seconds to go in the period. Wonder who they're going to give that to. What a weird goal. They're giving it to Yurievich. They're saying that's Josh Yurievich's goal. Station Camp had a 5-0 lead coming into this second period. It is now 5-3. Draw one by Station Camp. Mikey Bernier goes to the red line, dumps it into the Franklin zone. Puck coming around the boards to the near side. Toby Matvey takes a big hit. McClain Gregory gets off a shot that's stopped and held onto by Butters. Actually, I think it may have gone off of Butters into the netting above the glass. Draw is going to be to Butters' right. Oh, there's going to be a penalty against Franklin. David Unger is going to go to the box for that hit on Mahaffey. It was a big hit that launched Mahaffey off the ice. It's a 2-minute minor. Head contact against Unger, so that should be a 2 and a 10. Station Camp returning to the power play up 5-3 with exactly 31 seconds to go in the second. Draw to the right of Butters. Won by Station Camp. Tommy Siciliano moving down the slot, a shot. Oh, missed the net. Dom Namaria now passing to the right circle. Oh, and Toby Mahaffey falls over trying to keep the puck nearing. And then a clearing attempt hits Mahaffey and stays in the zone. Puck behind the net, turned over, and Hank Hayes will flip it out to center. Merritt Freeman will get to it, but time's going to run out on the second. Franklin making this game very interesting. Coming into this second period down 5-0. They get goals from Hank Hayes, Ryan Mannion, and then an own goal by Bryant Waddell. And now Station Camp, Liberty Creek, Nashville Christian lead Franklin 5-3 after 2. I'll be back in a few seconds with the start of the third, but if you are listening on the YouTube podcast, we're going to go ahead and take you to the start of the third and final period. Ready to start the third and final period of this one. Grayson Butters still in goal for Franklin. Miller Campbell still in goal for Station Camp. This third and final period, Station Camp will carry the puck my left to right. Franklin from my right to left. Station Camp starting this third and final period with 89 seconds of power play time carrying over. And folks, that's the last time I'm going to say third and final period, because starting tomorrow night, there are no more ties with playoffs beginning. Station Camp with a puck off the draw to start the third. So on the far side of their zone, Andrew Grooms will get to it. Backhanded around the wall to the near side. Merritt Freeman will grab it. Freeman to center. Falls over. McClain Gregory there to get the puck. Passes over to the far side. Dominic, but offside. Gregory I think Gregory stepped into the zone before DeMaria did. If this result holds, Station Camp will get the last Preds Cup spot and be the 8 seed. Franklin will be the 5 seed. If these two lose their first round matches, they'll meet each other again next week in the first elimination game of the tournament. Here's Merritt Freeman. Left wing side of the Franklin zone. A shot off the left leg pad of Butters. McClain Gregory shot in the left circle, misses the net. To the left of Butters. .30 seconds left of the power play for Station Camp. Wyatt Garrisher clears the puck down the near side. Campbell out of his net to play it. He'll leave it for Merritt Freeman. Freeman. Passing it ahead. Dom DeMaria wasn't there for it. And then whiffing on the clearing attempt was Wyatt Garrisher. Tommy Siciliano brought it back into the Franklin zone but lost it, and it's cleared down ice. Gavin Cole carries it to center on the near side. Penalty time against Franklin is up. They're back at even strength. Gavin Cole. Bottom of the right circle shot. Gloved and held on to by Butters. 12:23 to go in the game. 5-3 Station Camp. Draws to the left of Butters as McClain Gregory will leave the ice for this face-off. Won by Franklin. Will McCormick carries it to center on the near side. Gets pushed off the puck, left it behind him. Josh Peffer back inside the Franklin zone, tried to drop it back, gives it away to Braden Coleman. But he's drawn a penalty. Patrick Atmore kind of got pushed hard after the whistle there. I think it's a slashing call against McCormick. So Station Camp back to the power play, up 5-3 with 12:12 to go. Again, Station Camp were up 5-0 at the end of the first. Franklin scoring 3 times in the second. Draws to Butters left. Won by Franklin. Ryan Mannion, far side at center. Right wing side of the Station Camp zone. Takes a shot, turned away by Campbell. Shot came from the top of the right circle. Puck pinned up against the boards. Merritt Freeman battling with Hank Hayes. Knocked loose by Josh Peffer. Here's Gavin Cole. Passing to the near side, Andrew Grooms. Banks it off the near boards. Hank Hayes smacks it back into the Station Camp zone. Here's Merritt Freeman. Freeman to center. Back into the Franklin zone, left wing side, gets off a shot, stopped, and covered up by Butters. 82 seconds left in the power play, 11:34 to go in the game. Still 5-3 Station Camp. Draw is going to be to the right of Butters. Won by Franklin, turned over to Station Camp. McClain Gregory, a shot, hit the post to the left of Butters, that close to his hat trick. Puck carried to center by Hank Hayes, poked off his stick. Toby Mathey brings it back into the Franklin zone, gets off a shot that's blockered away by Butters. Mahaffey now, passing up to the left point, Merritt Freeman. Minute left in the power play for Station Camp. Freeman shot into traffic, turned away by Butters. Mahaffey tried to pass across to Gavin Cole, intercepted by Hank Hayes, who backhands it out to the near side at center. Ryan Mannion, left wing side of the Station Camp zone. Mannion holds shot, hit the shins of the back-checking Freeman. Now Mannion back at center, dumps the puck back into the Station Camp zone. It's behind the net. Freeman from behind his own net, 30 seconds left in the power play for Station Camp. Here is Cole. Out at center, fumbled the puck, Wyatt Garrisher. Hands it off to Mannion. Left wing side of the station camp zone, but he loses it. Toby Mahaffey passing to the far side at center. Bryant Waddell had it poked away by Chase Wagers. Puck was back in the station camp zone for a moment, cleared out by Waddell. Now Josh Yurievich brings it back in. Shot from the left wing side, misses the net to the right of Campbell. Cleared out on the far side by Andrew Grooms. Penalty time against Franklin is up. They're back at even strength. Yurievich. Andrew Grooms at about 5 whacks trying to poke the puck off of Yurievich. Couldn't do it. Yurievich puts it out in front from the inboards of the station camp zone. Gave it right to Dom DeMaria, who tried to clear it out to center, put it off the skates of Wyatt Gersher. Puck put in front, and unable to get a stick on it was Yurievich. Another clearing attempt hits Gersher, and he gets nothing on his shot attempt from the left point. Puck cleared out. Now it's on the right wing side of the Franklin zone. Mikey Bernier cleared that puck out. Puck kept in at the left point of the Franklin zone by DeMaria, but he couldn't hold on to it. It's cleared out. Dumped back in from center by Andrew Grooms. Now Mikey Bernier, shot in the right point, misses the net well to the right of Butters. That may have been intentional. Gracie Clark trying to send it down to the left wing corner. That's intercepted. Clearing attempt held in by Dom DeMaria. Pass to the slot, intercepted by Makita Popov. He sends it around to the near side, and Gerisher. Now here's Baker McCormick at center, battling with Dom DeMaria. Houston Vale, left wing side of the station camp zone. Wyatt Gerisher trying to come out in front from behind the net, gets knocked down. Here's Chase Wagers behind the net. Puck taken away and sent around the boards to the near side by Mikey Bernier. Held in by Baker McCormick, who couldn't keep it with him. Gracie Clark will bring it out to center. Will McCormick back into the station camp zone on the left wing side. And now there's Mikey Bernier carrying the puck to center. Back into the Franklin zone on the left wing. He'll softly shoot it to the net, turned away by Butters. Bernier will go to the bench for a change. Now a turnover. Tommy Siciliano keeps the puck inside the zone. Gets knocked to his knees in the right wing corner, immediately gets right back up. Puck cleared out by Franklin. Here's Merritt Freeman. Sending it back into the Franklin zone from center. Peyton Brogdon had to get back on side. Puck going up the far side, back into the station camp zone. Merritt Freeman is there. He'll backhand it out to center. Josh Peffer had it taken away by Will McCormick. Puck back in the station camp zone. Clearing attempt hit the linesman in the back. McClain Gregory clears it out on the second attempt. Now it's in the Franklin zone on the far side. To the left wing corner. Graham Fleming with a big hit on Tommy Siciliano. We got one Franklin player walking around behind the boards over there. Not sure who it is. Battle still going on in the left wing corner. Station camp come out with it. Merritt Freeman, right point. Sends it down the wall to the inboards. McClain Gregory behind the net, gets to it. Passes up to the left point, shot blocked. Now Gregory, bottom of the right circle. Banks it off the near boards, it goes out to center because Merritt Freeman had dropped all the way back to the red line. I think he thought Franklin were going to get a hold of the puck and start carrying it the other way. Puck dumped back into the Franklin end. Puck sent back the other way by Franklin. Here is Merritt Freeman inside the station camp zone. Banks it off the far boards and out. It's back in the Franklin end. Will Schmansky quickly clears it out. Will McCormick, left wing side of the station camp zone. Puck knocked off his stick. He gets it back as McClain Gregory couldn't clear it out. Puck out on the far side of the station camp zone. Chase Wagers try to put it in front. Nobody in a black sweater could get it. Here's Baker McCormick. Left point, his shot. Hit the stick of McClain Gregory. Still bounces on goal. Had to be stopped and covered up by Miller Campbell. 5:50 to go. Still 5-3 station camp. It's now 8-0 Page Summit over the Outlaws. So that game is getting close to being over. Oh, it's now over. It is final. Page Summit in the regular season with an 8-0 win over the Outlaws. Draw to the right of Campbell. Won by Franklin. Baker McCormick shot blocked. And cleared down ice on the near side by Dom DeMaria for an icing. So Page Summit beat the Outlaws 8-0. Draw to the right of Campbell. Won by Franklin, but picked up by Andrew Grooms and brought to center. Gracie Clark. Now Dom DeMaria dumps it back into the Franklin zone. Michael Mannion carries the puck to center. Up, offside as he went into the station camp zone. I think Braden Coleman went over the blue line before Mannion brought the puck in. And now Franklin are going to decide to use their timeout with 5:06 to go. They're trailing 5-3. So if this result holds, Franklin will be the 5 seed for the Preds Cup. Station Camp will get the last Preds Cup berth. They'll be the 8 seed. And then seeds 2 through 4 for the Preds Cup would go on goal difference. MBA, Page Summit, Hendersonville. So MBA at this point are the 2 seed for the Preds Cup. But again, if Franklin come back, if Franklin come back and tie, yes, those seeds would still be decided by goal difference. Timeout done. Again, 5:06 to go, 5-3. Station Camp Liberty Creek Nashville Christian. Draws in front of the Station Camp bench. Won by Franklin, sent into the Station Camp zone, and then iced by Toby Mahaffey. Draw be to the right of Campbell. Shurevich, right point, passing it down the wall to the inboards. Hank Hayes behind the net. Trying to come out in front. White Garrison trying to stuff it in. Stopped by Campbell. Hayes with it, passing it up to the left point, and Jurjevic. Jurjevic shot into traffic. Hit a leg and went past the net to the right of Campbell. Hayes keeping it alive, passing it up to the left point. Jurjevic passing down the left wing off the stick of Mikey Bernier to the inboards. Hayes with it, backhands it up the wall to Brian Mannion. Mannion to the left point, Jurjevic. Passing across to the right point, Wagers. Wagers nearly lost the handle. Now Mannion back to Jurjevic, left point. Jurjevic trying to send it past the net right under the stick of Mikey Bernier, who tried to clear. Yes, he did. It just went over the blue line, brought back in by Jurjevic, but he let go, and McClain Gregory was going. Ryan Mannion, camp zone on the left wing side, puts it in front. Knocked off the stick of Hank Hayes. There's Chase Wade. Off the skates of Bernier, past the net to the right of Campbell. Jurjevic left point, passing to the right point. Wagers back to Jurjevic. Jurjevic, shot takes deflection off of Garisher. Stopped and covered up by Campbell. 3:45 to go, still 5-3 Station Camp. Draw to the right of Campbell. Won by Station Camp. Puck sent around the boards to the far side. Held in at the right point by Wagers. Sent back down the right wing. Right to Merritt Freeman, who clears it down ice. And this will be on goal, so Grayson Butters will have to play it. No icing. Gives it off to Josh Jurjevic. Sends it up the far side. Hit the skate of Freeman. Comes back to Jurjevic. Drops it back. Chase Wagers. Wagers ahead to Will McCormick. Couldn't get his stick on it. Mikita Popov brings it back into the Station Camp zone on the left wing side. Popov tries to put it in front. Nobody in a black sweater can get their stick on it. Andrew Grooms will clear. So go for an icing. 3:05 to go. Still 5-3 Station Camp. And Grayson Butters is going to the bench for the extra attacker. The net is empty for Franklin. Drawby to Miller, Campbell's left. Won by Franklin. Ryan Mannion up against the far boards, pushed into the boards by Andrew Grooms. Clearing attempt knocked down by Baker McCormick. Shot in the right point, stopped by Miller. Cover. Drawby to the left of Campbell again. Puck up against the far boards. Ryan Mannion with it. Tried to pass the slot. Hit the stick of McClain Gregory. Tries to clear. Gives it right to Michael Mannion. His shot misses the net to the right of Campbell. Ryan Mannion puts it in front. Michael Mannion shot in the left circle over the net. Baker McCormick drops it back to the right point. Wyatt Garisher. His shot stopped by Campbell. Puck sent up the ice, held into the blue line. Josh Jurjevic, his shot through traffic, misses the net to the right of Campbell. And Dane Kramer didn't get anything in his clearing attempt. It stays in the zone. Now is McClain Gregory firing it towards the empty net and in for a senior night hat trick. McClain Gregory from his own blue line fires it down the ice. Bounces in bullseye. He's got a senior night hat trick, and it's 6-3 Station Camp with 2:08 to go. Grayson Butters back in goal. He was out for a minute and 37 seconds. Yeah, minute 37. Because he went to the bench at 3:45, yeah. Puck dumped back up, puck iced by Station Camp from their own blue line. Wow, what a story. Station Camp started the regular season winning their first 7 games, took their first loss to Mount Juliet, bounced back by beating Father Ryan in a tough one, and then lost their next 5, and now they're on the verge of winning their final game of the regular season to salvage a place in the Preds Cup. Draw to the left of Campbell. Puck behind the net. Mikita Popov sends it to the near side boards. There's Mikey Bernier trying to clear. Popov carrying it down the wall. Trying to close to the middle of the ice. Houston Vale puts it in front. A backhander from Lucas Ortega blocked. Puck in the right wing corner. Gavin Cole will ice it. 76 seconds to go. 6-3 Station Camp. Draw is to the left of Campbell. One by Station Camp. They clear it out. Cleared out by McClain Gregory. Caught up to by David Unger. Here's Merritt Freeman. Trying to clear it out of his own zone. Makita Popov holds it in. Last minute of the game. Puck cleared out again by Station Camp for another icing. 54.2 seconds to go. Draw be to Campbell's right. One by Station Camp. Merritt Freeman fires it around the wall to the far side. Toby Mahaffey, left wing side of the Franklin zone, of the puck taken away. Puck out at center. Gregory drops it back to Freeman. Freeman ends up icing it. 35.8 seconds to go. Station Camp up 6-3. Draw is going to be to the right of Campbell. One by Station Camp, carried out to center. Toby Mahaffey, under 30 seconds left, right wing side of the Franklin zone, in front of shot. Oh, he missed the net. Went out of play. There's going to be a penalty. There's going to be a penalty against Franklin. Baker McCormick to the box for roughing. So Station Camp will finish the game on the power play. Station Camp back to the power play, up 6-3 with exactly 25 seconds to go. Draw to the left of Butters. Comes on goal. He'll glove and hang on to it. He'll drop it to his left again. One by Franklin. Puck whipped around the boards to the far side. Merritt Freeman will send it back the other way. It's in the right wing corner. Right out to center, Chase Ottolini. Left wing side of the Station Camp zone. Can't hang on to the puck. David Unger with a shot. Stopped by Campbell. Puck loose in the crease. That's it. Station Camp, Liberty Creek-Nashville Christian. Close a miserable second half of the regular season by beating Franklin 6-3 and take the final spot in the Predators Cup. Wow. It could have been one of the great collapses, maybe the greatest collapse in GNASH history, but they salvage and win. And Father Ryan will get to defend their Hein Cup title, as they will be pushed into 9th place. Wow. That explosive first period won them the game. Wow. I did not see that coming. But once Miller Campbell got healthy again, I was wondering, he looked so good against Ravenwood those 10.5 minutes he played. If he could play some shutdown hockey and his team gets some goals, maybe, and that happened. He played shutdown and his team got him 5 goals in the first. Wow. Wow, unbelievable. Station can't do it. Franklin finished the regular season 9-4-2. Yes, 9-4-2. They'll finish 5th. So seeds 2 through 4 for the Preds Cup are decided on goal difference. NBA will take the 2, Page the 3, Hendersonville the 4. So Hendersonville will play Franklin tomorrow night in the first game of the Preds Cup in Antioch. Wow. Wow. Wowee. Wow, what a game. What a friggin' game. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. That is amazing. What a game for Station Camp, man. By God, they looked deep within themselves and they went and got it done. That is great, man. That is just great. That is awesome. So here will be the Preds Cup first round matchups. Wait a minute. Let me not get ahead of myself here. So the goal scorers in this one for Franklin. Who had the first one? Hank Hayes, Ryan Mannion, and Josh Yurievich. The goal scorers for Station Camp, McClain Gregory with a hat trick. And the other goals came from Patrick Atmore, Toby Mahaffey, and Andrew Grooms. So the players of the game, all the seniors who notched points. McClain Gregory, Toby Mahaffey, and that's it. McClain Gregory, Toby Mahaffey, Patrick Atmore. They're the players of the game. Notching points on senior night. Station Camp Liberty Creek-Nashville Christian win this one 6-3. So here are the final scores on the final night of the 2025-2026 GNASH regular season. Ensworth Lipscomb CPA beat JP2MLK GCS 5-1. They clinched the 7th Predators Cup berth. Brentwood BA USN defeated the Rutherford Rampage 5-4. Montgomery Bell defeated Independent Centennial 9-2. Page Summit defeated the Tennessee Outlaws 8-0, and just now Station Camp Liberty Creek-Nashville Christian defeat Franklin 6-3. So here are the final 2026 GNASH regular season standings. Ravenwood win the GNASH Cup with a record of 11-3-1. They win it by 1 point over Montgomery Bell, Page Summit, and Hendersonville Beach Lawson, who all finished with a record of 10-3-2. It goes down to goal difference. MBA finished second, Page Summit third, Hendersonville Beach Lawson fourth. Franklin finished sole fifth at 9-4-2. Winsworth-Lipscomb CPA finishing sixth at 9-5-1. Nolensville finished seventh, 8-4-3. Station Camp, Liberty Creek, Nashville Christian, and Father Ryan both finished 9-6-0, but Station Camp beat Father Ryan, so they finish eighth and take the final Preds Cup spot. Father Ryan finished ninth. They'll be the 1 seed for the Hein Cup. Independence Centennial finished sole second. They'll be the 2 seed for the Hein Cup. They finished 10th. They finished sole 10th. They'll be the 2 seed for the Hein Cup, 5-8-2. The Outlaws, Tennessee Outlaws, and JP2 MLK GCS both finished 4-9-2. Outlaws beat JP2, so they finish 11th, JP2 12th. Outlaws, the Hein Cup 3 seed. JP2, the Hein Cup 4 seed. Mount Juliet, Wilson Central Lebanon finished 13th, 4-11-0. They'll be the Hein Cup 5 seed. Brentwood BAUSN finished 3-10-2. Also 8 points, but again, Mount Juliet have more wins. So Brentwood finished 14th in the regular season. They will be the 6th seed for the Hein Cup. Clarksville Kings finish in 15th with a record of 3-12-0. They'll be the 7th seed for the Hein Cup. And the Rutherford Rampage finished dead last in 16th, 1-13-1. They'll be the 8th seed for the Hein Cup. So here are the first round matchups. Preds Cup, 1 versus 8. Ravenwood against Station Camp. 2 versus 7. MBA versus Nolensville. 3 versus 6. Page Summit against Ensworth-Lipscomb CPA. 4 versus 5. Hendersonville Beach Lawson against Franklin. Hein Cup first round, 1 versus 8. Father Ryan versus the Rutherford Rampage. 2 versus 7. Independence Centennial versus the Clarksville Kings. 3 versus 6. Tennessee Outlaws versus Brentwood BAUSN. 4 versus 5. JP2 MLK GCS taking on Mount Juliet Wilson Central Lebanon. Here is the schedule for the rest of this week. Let me scroll down here, find the schedule. Tomorrow night at 8:30 on the North Rink in Antioch, it will be Hendersonville Beach Lawson taking on Franklin in the first Preds Cup game. We'll be on the air at 8:25. Wednesday, we finish off the first round of the Preds Cup. Rink A at Centennial, 7:10. Ravenwood against Station Camp. 8:30 on Rink B. Page Summit against Ensworth-Lipscomb CPA. 8:45 on Rink A. MBA versus Nolensville. On Wednesday, we'll be on the air at 7:05 for a 7:10 face-off for Ravenwood Station Camp. And then 8:40 for an 8:45 face-off between MBA and Nolensville. And then on Thursday, first game in the Hein Cup, 1 versus 8, Father Ryan taking on Rutherford Rampage, 8:45 on the North Rink in Antioch. We're not going to bring that one for you because Father Ryan beat them in the regular season 8-0. And that's probably going to happen again. Okay, before we get off air, I want to give an on-air shout-out to Mark Hayes, father of Hank Hayes. Mark purchased the Buy Me a Coffee package of perks. He gets his name posted in the newsletter every day. He's getting this on-air shout-out for any and all Franklin games I do, and he's also going to get this and any and all Franklin games I broadcast as a downloadable MP3. No more full-season packages. Now we have playoff-only memberships for those of you who didn't buy a full-season package. $7.50 to have your name listed in the newsletter. $15 for the package of perks. Again, name listed in the newsletter. On-air shout-out for any and all games I cover of the team you support, and MP3 downloadable MP3s of all the games I broadcast for the team that you support. Just go to buymeacoffee.com, buymeacoffee.com/Midtid Sportsnet, MIDTTNSPORTSNET, and in that top right-hand corner where you can donate, type in that box either $7.50 or $15, and that'll be your one-time payment. No monthly payment for those memberships, obviously, because the playoffs only last a month. Normally, I don't play the music until the end of the week, but it's the end of the regular season. And that is it for the 2025-2026 GNASH regular season. 120 games scheduled, 120 games played. Ravenwood win the GNASH Cup as regular season champions. But I don't think they're the Preds Cup favorites. With Miller Campbell back in the lineup, Station Camp can beat them on Wednesday now. Speaking of Station Camp, wow, they could have just wilted up and died. They wouldn't give up. And they salvage a Preds Cup berth on the final night of the regular season. Our on-air finals tonight, Ensworth Lipscomb CPA 5, JP Tillamook AGCS 1, and just now Station Camp Liberty Creek Nashville Christian 6, Franklin 3. I'm Michael Hackney. The regular season is over. The playoffs begin in just over 22 hours. We'll talk to you tomorrow night at 8:25 from Antioch North for the first game of the postseason, Hendersonville and Franklin in the Preds Cup. Good night from Bellevue.